Hey there, it's me, Pangy Bobby. Back with another video. This one's gonna have some gameplay footage in the background. It's not live commentary. I just wanted to make a quick video because I was looking at the DBD Twitter and I had seen that they had posted a kind of like a dev thing that they do. I don't really care too much about those, but I decided to read it and I saw a very interesting change planned. They wanted to adjust flashlight saves, more so the locker saves that can be performed. They made it to where the killer will get blindness immunity during locker pulls, which is to negate the survivor being able to get almost a guaranteed, if timed correctly, of course, flashlight save. This is a very interesting change to me, and I'm going to announce the second change that came with that in just a sec. So the issue with flashlight locker saves is that a very specific group of people were actually pulling them off. Obviously, this is in reference to Survive with Friends, such as sweat squads. Obviously, not all Survive with Friends are sweaty, but the ones that were made sure to make use of easy flashlight locker saves, especially if they were all running flashlights. It made it to where you were almost destined to have to give up chase or eat the flashlight and hope they missed, which most of the time they did not because so many of them had flashlights. It was a very unfun experience all around. It's only hit me like once or twice. I can't say it's like the crux of my existence. That being said, with this change, it is to alleviate the I guess oppressiveness of the sweat squads when they did that. Interesting change. I do think this is a very healthy change for the game, even if it's very trivial and small. A lot of people can agree that a good Survive with Friends group can be very oppressive, especially in smaller player pools where some of those players aren't even very good at killer, or they're just trying out a new killer. Point is, very interesting change. Definitely a state of health for the game kind of change. The secondary change they made was general flashlight saves that were not performed from a locker, such as just being picked up off the ground in the middle of nowhere. There is now a 0.25 second buffer during the pickup animation where it is a bigger window to hit flashlight saves, which is actually a very interesting change. It is aimed more towards new players because veteran players don't really need that 0.25 seconds. Chances are they already have the timing down, so this change shouldn't affect them as much, and it shouldn't affect the killer as much, so I wouldn't sweat it. Don't think that this is going to be the bane of your existence. I'm not worried about it. Not to toot my own horn, I just don't think it's going to affect much if the person using the flashlight already knows what they're doing. This change was to include newer players so they don't feel locked out of using flashlights. I know when I was a new survivor, I just did not even bother picking up flashlights. My timing was bad. I had to look up tutorials on how to use it. That's a testament to how bad I was when I first started playing. Obviously, it'll help you work yourself into using flashlights if you're a new player, so good for you. So the reason this is all good around is that it is more inclusive to new players, as well as I said, alleviating the stress of veteran players using locker saves. So all around, I would say this is more of an adjustment to flashlights than a nerf and a buff. So really, I don't think this is bad, and the negative reception it has received is honestly questionable in my opinion. I would say when I first started the game, I was a survivor main. Obviously, I'm leaning more towards killer side now. I just like the experience of killer more. I would say in my time, I have less of a biased viewpoint on things. I think people are just failing to see the bigger picture of it all. And I'm going to put up some of the examples of comments, and it's all the same stuff. Every balance update has the same like 5 responses. You should just kill the game at this point. I'm uninstalling, and then that same person is playing the next day. It's gotten boring just seeing the same comments. So I only need to put like a few up and you get the whole idea. And then there are the few people like praising that this change is like awesome. It's a very mixed bag, but from what I've seen and where I've been looking, a lot of it is just very unwarranted hate by people who refuse to accept change. And I think those players are bad for the community. I'm just going to throw that out there now. In my honest opinion, people like that shouldn't be playing this game. Their negativity is what's drawing the community back, and it makes balancing the game even harder because with such a biased opinion and an inability to adapt, it makes it difficult wanting to balance things out of fear of stepping on toes. I'm sure BHVR probably had to deal with that at some point. Just with this giant meta shakeup, things were not received as well as I'm sure they had hoped. Bottom line, if you like the update, that's cool. This isn't even set in stone yet. This is just like their dev update speak, so this could all be changed in a matter of like minutes in their head. Nothing is in stone. So if you like the update change, cool, it might come out. You'll get to experience it for yourself. If you don't like the update change, give it a chance before you instantly shut down any thought of like change, because it might not be as bad as you would hope. You know, this isn't even all of the changes in the game yet. This is just one suggested flashlight change. I'm sure they have more than just flashlight changes in store. They're probably just sprinkling something in. They did put in like visual updates in that update too. No one's really talking about that. This flashlight thing really did take the cake. Anyway, give it a shot. That's all there is to it. Just give it a shot, you know, have an open mind when it comes to changes like this. Obviously, me now being a killer main, I've seen some updates that I had some concern about, but when they finally shipped, you know, I played, and, you know, that was it. I was like, things aren't so bad. You just gotta adjust. A lot of adjustment is needed for a game like this, because it's an ever-shifting meta. Anyway, that's all for now. Hope to see you again next time. Bye-bye.